As long as it's warm
It was
inside.
so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
Oof.
Oh, mon bonhomme! Qu'est-ce que tu fais là, l'étrange?
You gonna stop shooting me?
Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'un étrange retontisse par ici. Moi te dire, je prends plus de chance depuis que ça rôde dans ce bout-là. J'ai ma carabine au bout du doigt, et puis bang, 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 si ça s'approche.
Oh god, he's a character.
Si tu veux du linge chaud, parce que t'es habillé comme un gars de la ville, je dirais pas non à une bonne bouteille de Caribou. Puis tu pigeras ce que tu voudras parmi mes guenilles.
He wants booze, I think, that is. Which we don't have, but there's a bunch of other houses we'll be able to visit.
Side-eyeing me.
Yeah, I'm thinking I wouldn't maybe interact.
Jeune que tu te promènes quasiment en bobette. Une bonne police, ça te fera pas de tort. Mais je vais te dire une chose, dans ton coin de pays comme par ici, on n'a rien sans rien. Il est où, mon caribou?
I'm assuming he won't let you take anything. Also, I'm not sure about calling you a kid. Aren't you like 40?
Oh yeah, but you know what people are like. I'll still get that occasionally.
Dans mon temps, c'était comme sur l'image. On était vrais, fiers, forts, puis on avait le bon lieu de notre bord.
It's quite nice. Nice that he's like giving you sort of a virtual tour of his house.
Cadeau, ça ouvre l'appentis. Prends-la, je m'en fous. Perds ton temps dans mes déchets tant que tu rapportes du caribou.
Bring you some caribou, jeez. I'll go and find a deer and a moose. What is a caribou?
It's a deer, I think.
I'll take one of them and I'll put it in a bottle for you.
Vois-tu le livre, là? C'est le Wendigo. Ouais, le Wendigo. Un guerrier qui devient un loup pour se venger de sa grosse peine. Et...
Thanks, I have played Until Dawn.
Le Wendigo. I like that.
Tales and Legends, page 1. There was a time when hate waged war. Our hunters could decimate the great wolves who had taken our children, our warriors, could snap the necks of the cowards who had reached for our supplies. The deafening sound of rock and bone breaking was enough to satiate the hate.
Pas mieux à faire.
No, I haven't. And the rivers of blood would express our remorse and apologies. Thus was balance maintained. Then came the Whites. The legend of the Wendigo dates back to a time before what anyone but the tallest trees can remember, a time of great cold and great aspirations, when the ships came and spewed men in their fire cannons, plagues and spinelessness. Balance broke forever. Dead were piling up on ancestral. Don't interrupt. I'm trying to say ancestral. It's difficult. On our ancestral lands, too many bodies covered in moss, too much blood spilled in our stone. Our bone-breaking hate did not suffice any longer.
One day, a young warrior who had lost everything, nieces, brothers, parents, and hoe, fell to his knees in the middle of a small clearing, covered in the blood of his fiancée, killed after having crossed the path of some whites passing by. He had seen everything and called out to the Great Spirit, called out to him with words that came so naturally to him, words that could only create a great river of blood and guts, and a terrifying roar of screams. He called out to him for a force that no one had had before. He became Wendigo. The whites were decimated under the icy claws of the Wendigo. The great tide of blood even pushed a few ships back out to sea. But the Wendigo was not yet done with his vengeance, for as long as the heart of one of his fiancée's murderers still beat on Cree territory, he would prevail.
Tales and Legends. Page 3. The elders say that it was the force of the ancestors returned to nature that turned the young warrior. In this clearing where many ancestors had been buried in centuries past, a clearing now covered in blood spilled unjustly in a time where too many bodies were being buried. The ancestors heard the cries of the young warrior. Only in a remarkable time like this could the Wendigo have been born. His vengeance satiated, the warrior became Wendigo, went to rest forever. His frozen heart melted and disappeared, much like real snow come the spring. The storm that had befallen the Cree lands faded as well, There was much celebration. Balance had been restored, but the whites came back too. White hatred is never satisfied by rock and bone turned to dust. They arrived by the hundreds, armed with guns and torches, burned down every village, raped every woman, smashed the head of every newborn, tortured every man that fell into their grips.
Never before had unbounds been so deep for the Cree people, and ever since, it has been told that one should be satisfied with the rivers of blood brought by hatred, despite the wrongfulness done to them, because remarkable hate comes at far too steep a price. The Wendigo was never invoked again, but in the hearts of the Cree people remained a fear that one day a young warrior would once again call out with remarkable hate, because they know, through the wisdom brought by this legend, that the Wendigo would prevail, but that this victory would come at a great cost. The whites would come back, whites would rule, none would be spared.
Gomme-moi la belle rose de la tuile, qui se donne au yard sur le mercredi des cendres. C'est-tu pas effrayant, cette histoire-là?
There's something else on the wall, yeah.
Ah, la belle pétarade. En 17 que c'était. Et le Kaiser, il se souvient de moi avec ma belle carabine. Bang, bang, que je lui disais. Bang, bang, bang. Ah, le bon temps.
Cute. Oh, it's the radio. Yeah, very dark.
Run through your stuff.
Touche pas à ça, l'enfant. Tu pourrais te faire mal. Hé, la Caribou, Batèche, ça te passe l'envie de te marier, la Caribou. Elle tuait tous ses maris, squick, les uns après les autres. Pas de pitié dans le mariage.
Sounds like he reads such strange books.
T'apparence que mon caribou tarde.
There's that pot there, I think.
C'est encore beau. Tout ce qui est vieilli est bien meilleur.
I think that's everything in here, and I assume we will be coming back.
Yeah.
Ben oui, une couche. Tu peux-tu tout faire en même temps, toi?
I think we're done.
Yeah. We got a key to his shed as well, which I'm assuming will be one of the other buildings out there.
Mon beau bonnet du beau temps. Puis ma ceinture, où est-ce que je glissais mon flasque. Le monde tournait plus rond quand on s'habillait tout de même.
What's it?
What's this over here?
I think it's like a viewing deck. Yeah, you can see I assume that's the lake over there on the map.
Yeah.
It's probably quite nice if the weather wasn't so crazy. And yes, after we've had a look in here, because I'm assuming I might have stuff to pick up which we won't be able to pick up, you'll want to go and get your car. Ammo. Oh. Saw that is long enough to take down the biggest tree up north.
Nah. That's not big enough. Nothing much in here, really.
No. It's just to stock up on things.
Oh.
You could have a lamp with you.
Let's go get the car and bring it up here.
Yeah. You should be alright to just follow the road.
His mind, but had forgotten the harsh reality that his body also needed nourishment, especially in the dead of winter.
Do you have anything to eat? Consumables?
That's the thing, so it doesn't really give me stuff to eat. I mean, I keep picking up steaks.
But they're equipment.
I was thinking maybe it has an eat as well, but it's like, it's not cooked either.
Left or right? Is it left? The doctor? Because we went ahead to the next house.
It's left. Actually, to be fair, we aren't really dressed for the weather.
I suppose not.
Seems the only other thing we can really consume is beer. And well, water. Maybe that's what it meant.
Go on.
Might pop in and warm myself up first.
I don't know, how much heat have you got? Put all your inventory in first, because that'll make you cold, and then go and warm up. And try and put plenty of stuff in. Because you only really need one of anything in particular.
How about that?
Do you have another inventory you can empty, or is this the only one?
This is my only inventory.
That looks alright.
Because if I can just pop back to the car, it's really no biggie. No, I probably didn't need to pop in for the warmth.
As if you stop by at that guy's place again in the car, you can pick up that lantern from the shed if you want and stuff.
I get away with that now. I'm gonna go back to the general store quickly.
Oh, what for?
Petrol.
Oh, right, because you got your gas can.
Yeah, because I figure that'll be for filling the lantern. So I probably want both.
Okay. Especially if you just put it in your car.
Yeah, and then I can go back in my car to fill it up. I don't have to walk around with a can of petrol. Let's see if this even works.
I mean, it does say empty gas can. I guess not. It might be for something else then. Whoa.
Oh, I can knock the sign down. Never mind.
So we've been here.
So I wonder if the sort of wintry weather clears up at any point, or if this is it from now on.
Maybe that's the old guy's house, if you want to grab anything you couldn't pick up. But we'll probably go back as well.
Oh, I definitely don't want to leave without the lantern.
Oh, that's fair enough. Admittedly, it's like having it is like, is that an indication you need it at this point?
Well, I figured it might do.
Yeah, so you can just go around to get back out. Okay. We got a lantern. Can we equip it and see what it says, maybe? Or... Fair enough.
Got the impression that what he wanted was it. Can I not go that way?
No, it wants you to go around the other way, but whatever way works.
I must be missing something. I thought there was a loop road. I can drive.
Doesn't seem to do very well going downhill, admittedly. Yeah, I think there's like at least 2 more places. So we're looking for a house on the left-hand side as we go around
away.
this corner, yeah.
See that?
No, I didn't. Oh, there's a blue thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to check it out?
I think we'll leave it for now.
Especially since is this the turning. Oh, there's one there. You could look at your map.
Stop it! Just put it up and leave it up! Why is he doing that?
Yes, this is the turning for this house.
I was just pressing it once and then he was just picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down.
House of the Patriot. Okay.
Yes, that's the subtitle to Metal Gear Solid 6.
Oh, you're putting your gas can away.
No,
You're keeping it.
I'm pulling out a log.
Okay.
Because I'm sick of not having the log.
It just looks like it's full of stuff.
That truck had obviously seen its share of gravel roads. Carl wasn't a mechanic, but he could easily tell that only the most heartfelt prayer would bring this old Peter back from its slumber. With that cold, however, it was more likely that it would wait until next spring to wake up.
Yeah, there's dots of blue everywhere. You've already passed another one.
Do they still have Caribou prints? Yes.
This is a shooting range with strangely floating cans.
With a homemade shooting range such as this, it wasn't hard to imagine a stray bullet ending its course inside the flesh of an unsuspecting passerby. Granted, Carl thought, there wasn't much in the way of passersby around here.
Bullseye.
So am I going to get shot at again?
I don't know. The lighthouse, yeah. Makes sense, I guess. I suppose, admittedly, you don't need it. In this kind of weather, it's like, why would you bother with a freezer? You just put everything in the snow.
Yeah.
The place looked more like a pigsty than a house. A heavy stench of curdled milk, cheap alcohol, and boiled cauliflower filled the air.
Is that door okay?
Ew. I think it's because they do actually auto shut and then you press the button so it detected it doesn't open.
But there's a light, it's just over there. Right, let's just take a tour.
Back then, in Africa and elsewhere, people were ready to take up arms to stand against the yoke of English imperialism. In Montreal, mailboxes were blown up, abductions were carried out, and violent manifestos were distributed to media outlets. But around here, in the great northernmost, all a man could do is curse out loud against a faraway evil and pray for the revolution to arise. That man, by any reckoning, was from that very stock.
Note, Quebec liberation will happen by force or not at all. We will prevail.
Rock music invaded the minds of men even in the remotest of places. The man didn't own a turntable, though, so there's that going for him.
What?
At Jean Blouin. Seems like that pig had a name after all.
Gin fizz. 1.5 ounces of gin. Lemon juice. Sugar.
Yeah, sugar water.
Club soda. Something else lemony.
It'll probably be peel, lemon peel.
I just drink recipes.
Carl now knew how to quench the drunkard's thirst.
Caribou traditional recipe.
Sherry. Whiskey. That's it.
Yeah.
Wait, that has an extra one. Whiskey blanc. Vin sherry. Oh god, maze. Okay. It's not super important.
The rag reeked of fermented vomit. Carl wondered how one could bear to live in such gross and horrid conditions.
Draws are overrated.
Carl knew right away that the owner of this place wasn't a copper collector. No, this was a junkman's base of operations.
Yeah.
The guy definitely seemed like quite the expert in scavenging scrap metal, with or without permission, surely. In the right hands, red metal could sell like hotcakes.
We're missing an ingredient. Do we have...
the whiskey.
You
We have sherry.
had to be out of your mind to cook up white whiskey at home. The all-surrounding stench of alcohol alone was probably enough to gas a man to death.
I think this is the whiskey. You just need an empty bottle. I'm guessing you don't have.
A gun rack. A gun rack.
Yeah, I think you put them all in your car, that's all. Yeah, you have the sherry wine, but not an empty bottle. Or maybe it's a bottle of water, I don't know. Empty bottle, okay.
There we go. I wash dishes when clean ones are within reach.
You just sound like a bit of a slob. We got the Caribou. Do you just want to check out the last place we haven't been first before going back, or?
Yeah, that's an idea.
Also, there was loads of other things to look at. Like where your car is, there's another bit of blue next to it. Like it's just there.
Carl felt that it was mission accomplished with the wicked nectar in his hands.
Yeah. Oh, there was the one when we came in.
That's where I was going to hit that fence. Right.
Yeah, do you want a photo of that one too, or you're not bothered?
Give me a chance to look at the map in the full view as well.
I suppose we could follow those if you're interested, but it's up to you.
Now?
Whenever, if you want to. Yeah, it'll be going to the patch that we passed on the way here. That one there, yeah. The caribou prints look like they end. Can you see any more wolf prints? Oh, there they are. He's going basically out into it.
That's where I took the photo, wasn't it? Oh.
Oh, I think it must just be to that cave there. You see it?
Probably. Well, I'm not seeing the footprints anymore. Let's have a look at this cave.
There's that little depression there too, just in case there's like a text box that comes up. I think you might be okay. It's still the top left one.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, they're running away. 'Cause sometimes you seem to just spook them. The icy cavern. We've got cellists.
It's wicked. The looks really cool.
The cold seemed to be more brutal here than anywhere else. It seeped into bones and into every breath to get to the heart until it stopped.
That will kill
That's
you.
gonna kill me.
Closed to survive.
That killed me.
Game over, man. We had just saved it at the guy's house with the fire, so it'll be alright. Yeah, home of the Patriot. Well, we hadn't seen a death screen yet, so...
to the house.
It was the only other thing I was going to say. Is there anything around it? But we're going to go back there at some point anyway, so yeah, let's just go to the other house. Have we got the caribou and everything already? We must do, yeah, because we can't do it again. Yeah, let's check out the other house then. Does it still think you took the photos,
I
or?
felt that it was mission accomplished, with the wicked nectar in his hands.
I mean, as soon as we hit Rosaire and he gives us the code, we can go and do that. But we still have, like...
It's to the...
But we still have other houses to visit.
Yeah, I think there's one more at the end. It's right at the end.
Yeah, you can barely see what's in front. Kind of used to it now. Was that interesting enough to stop, do you think?
I don't know.
Good on the way out, anyway. Because after we get to here, we're going to have to go back to see the guy anyway, so on the way back out, we can just have a quick look-see.
I guess we're stopping. And then is this... I'm not sure, actually.
Welcome.